Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm Pushpa, your host of JLL Live here at Disrupt CRE in Chicago. And following on to the Disruptor segment that we just had, I'm here with Chandrasekhar, our Director of Innovations for JLL, which is all about technology and how is that disrupting our industry. Welcome, Shekhar.
Thank you.
So tell me about the Global Innovations Group. What do you all do?
We explore the impact of the emerging technologies in commercial real estate space, and we try out the latest technologies. The way we work is we learn quick, fail fast, and with
Fail fast?
Yeah,
is that what you said?
it is fail fast.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend too much money. We don't want to spend too much time. And
either it works or it doesn't work.
we
right?
learn cheaply, so that's what we do.
So you get to look at things, read about things in magazines, and then kind of figure out how would that apply to real estate?
True. Yeah.
That's
what
kind
we
of
do.
fun. So what are some examples of where you were, I understand the fail fast, and that's a good plan, by the way, right? Especially the cheap part. But what are some examples where you were able to make that transition to, now that's something that we use in real estate?
We have, when we started with search. We introduced search here.
Search? What do you
search.
mean?
So when you go to Amazon, you are searching for a thing, you get results with filters on the left side where you see how many items are available in this category. So categorized results with counts. So that's something that we introduced, and we are currently using it. Apart from that,
And we're using it, like if you go to jll.com and you're looking for space for lease or space
Yes.
for sale, you're saying like now we get to use those kinds of filters.
yes,
So it makes it a lot better for people to narrow their searches down and get that better experience just like they are with some of the consumer
Yes.
websites that they're used to. Okay,
Yes.
what else?
we introduced the 360 VR, drone videos, HoloLens. We built an app for HoloLens, and now we are working on big data. A couple of
You're
years
hitting
ago,
on all the buzzwords right now too. A lot of what the disruptors are talking about here today, a lot of the topics that all of our guests have been talking about, and actually our next segment, we're going to play with exactly the things you just talked about. Drone, HoloLens, some of that, the virtual reality and all that. So that just sounds like an amazing part of what anybody would want to do if they're pretty jazzed up about technology.
Right. Not only that, when you think about what we did 2 years ago, we just followed the flow of what everybody was doing. Like we went with self-service, so we explored.
You mean in terms of data?
In terms of data, we gave option for our end users to use any tool that they like. It could be Power BI, Tableau, whatever it is. They are able to do what they are wanting to do themselves without going through any other development team. Self-service with BI, but now we have taken it a step further. What we have done is we have given the ability for users to do the data part itself without involving developers. So we are creating a self-service data platform
Okay.
where people can just drag and drop a file, and suddenly it becomes available for them to query with SQL queries or connect with Tableau or Power BI tools that can interact with the file that they dropped.
That sounds like it's cutting out a lot of steps for people and saving a lot of time.
Yes. So there is no need for a developer now. If you are an end user, you just drag and drop a file, and that immediately becomes available for you to consume with any tool of choice you have.
And what was the kind of time, like, I say we're saving time, but what's an example of how long something could normally, because we're also talking about things that people do again and again and again, right? It's not
Right.
like it's a one-time thing, so I'll just do it. This could be a weekly, monthly, quarterly, that kind of thing, right?
Right. For example, when we were serving our client needs, most of the needs that they have is they will try to merge our data with the data that they have, and they want to see a report. The way they do it is they bring in a file, or they will set up a process and say, yes, here is the data that we have. Now bring that data over to your end, mash up a report, and show us your data merged with ours.
So what do you see as some of the next technology to have a big impact on commercial real estate, or what are you really excited about?
So far, we have not only us, everybody had been collecting data. So we have a lot of data that's available today, and we need to now utilize what we have. We need to learn how to use it. So AI is going to take...
And AI is artificial
intelligence.
Okay.
So we talk about text analytics, deep learning, machine learning.
Did you say textile analytics?
Text analytics.
Okay.
So natural language processing. So
Yeah.
we use all these techniques.
Is that more like the natural language, kind of like when you're typing into Google and it just figures out or Siri, when you talk to Siri and it just figures out?
Right,
Okay.
like one of the companies that I just saw, they were reading the lease terms,
Right.
and they grab it, they use AI to extract the data and push it out to systems.
Yeah.
So these are the things that are going to change the way that we work. So AI is going to take a big role in what
Right.
our business is doing.
And that was Leverton, right? I mean,
Yes.
and we're using them. We have a global partnership with them for the lease abstracting, and like that makes a
Right.
really big difference in the amount of time it takes people to read leases that are hundreds of pages sometimes, right?
Right.
To get a machine to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And they can do it in seconds, right?
Yes.
Or pretty close to it.
Yes, and we can train it.
And so where else do you see artificial intelligence or machine learning being used?
For example, we can predict what's the next biggest market. So we have the data.
Okay.
Now we can predict, or we saw like this business, these kinds of businesses exploded in the revenue. So what are the relative technologies or relative businesses
Okay.
which are going to benefit from this, and where is it going to be? So we can predict, and using the data that we have about companies, the revenues that they're making, the credibility of the companies, the amount of people.
So you're saying my crystal ball trick isn't going to work anymore?
AI is going to take over.